How's everybody doing? This is Will from CIchlid. In this week's video, you're going to see the 250 gallon in a whole new light. We actually drained everything down, removed everything, and started fresh, and tried to make it more of a natural habitat. Let's get to it.
In this week's video, we decided to do an upgrade to the 250 gallon South and Central American tank. Now that I am happy with all of the fish that are in there, I wanted to create a more natural environment that is conducive to both Central and South American cichlids. Over the past several months, I have been doing research to see what the best type of substrate and decor were the best to get, and this is where the journey begins. My journey started when I went to my local fish store, Nova Tropicals, to begin searching for driftwood and to figure out exactly what kind of substrate I wanted to go with for the tank. After much research and extensive conversations with Mike, we settled on the black Carib Sea sand, since we have seen a difference in the colors of the fish being more pronounced with the black sand. While there, I was able to find 2 pieces of driftwood, but wasn't completely satisfied with what I found, so my search continued. Next, I took a ride out to Centerville Aquariums and was able to find a couple more pieces of driftwood, and I thought I was happy with everything. Once back at home, I laid everything out and I still felt like something was missing. Luckily for me, I had to go out of town for work, and lo and behold, I was close to a fish store that Mike had visited in the past, and it was on my list of places to go. Aquarium Unlimited in Virginia Beach ended up being the fish haven that I have been missing in my life. This store had everything plus more, and I was literally in heaven. After talking to the owner and telling him my plans for my fish room, he immediately took me to the driftwood, and I found the exact piece that I felt that I needed for my tank. After securing my piece of driftwood, I looked through the rest of the store and I found 3 triangle cichlids for my 125 gallon Severum tank. Make sure to stay on the lookout for that in a future video. So now that I had found the exact driftwood that I wanted, as well as the substrate, it was time to set a date for the transformation. On transformation day, Mike came over to give me a hand, and we immediately got to work. We started by draining the tank and moving the fish into 2 holding tanks with bubblers in them to ensure oxygen was flowing sufficiently in the water. We separated the larger fish from the smaller ones so that the holding tanks were not overcrowded. We then removed all of the crushed shell that was currently in the tank and cleaned the glass before putting in the new substrate. Once we were happy with the layout of the new substrate, we began the slow process of refilling the 250 gallon tank. While the tank was slowly filling, we started laying out the driftwood and rocks so that we could figure out exactly how we wanted to lay it all out without taking away too much of the fish swim space, as well as making the tank look crowded. Mike did most of the placement, and that was a good thing for me because I struggle with this because I tend to overdo it and put too much in at once. Once we were happy with the layout and while the tank was filling, I went ahead and did the maintenance on the FX6 since it had been almost 10 months since the last cleaning, as well as I was curious as to exactly how bad it was going to be. I also decided on doing the maintenance because I noticed that the flow from the return valve of the filter wasn't as strong as it should be. I'll just say, now that I have all of my filters marked on my calendar for 6-month changes. As the tank was still slowly refilling, I went ahead and dosed the tank with Prime, and since we did a complete substrate change, I also dosed it with Stability to help with the beneficial bacteria. Now that the tank is completely full, the time has come to reintroduce the fish to the tank. I waited about 2 hours just to let the tank cycle and settle a little bit before putting the fish back in. So now we have all the fish back in the tank, so I'm going to cut the lights, leave them alone, and let them just rest and acclimate. Thank you for checking out our video this week, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for more changes and updates to both of our tanks as we continue to learn and grow in this hobby. Until next time, be safe.